Hi, my name is Rachel and I'm a light worker. Today is Sunday, August 18th, and I'm going to do today a reading, a Choose Your Crystal reading. Now, what I have in front of me here, I have 3 piles of cards that I've already pulled out from the decks. And with the idea of these are for 3 different readings, and I have pre-pulled also this unicorn card, which is possibility. It says raise your standards, elevate your expectations, you have unlimited potential. I think that what we do is we tend to think about what is realistic, what is possible, what can I do, not really necessarily what I want. We think more in terms of what is possible. And so this reading, my guides are saying that this reading is for seeing the possibilities and maybe areas of your life that you could use raising your standards. We all have areas of our life that we're better at dealing with than other areas. You know, that's just normal, I think. Anyway, so that's what the theme is for this reading. And well, let's get to the crystals. So what you're going to do is, after you see all of the crystals, if you want to just take a moment, you can pause the video, take a moment to see which crystal that you're drawn to. And whatever crystal you choose, that'll be your reading. So the first pile that we have, the first crystal choice, is a quartz, clear quartz cluster. It's quite pretty. It's a small cluster. And then the second choice is a rainbow fluorite. It's got a lot of greens and purples. It's got some whites in there. It's got some blues. It's a beautiful crystal. And then lastly, we have on pile 3, we have a Septarian, also known as a dragon stone. It's kind of a browns and golds, also known as dragon stone. Okay, so you're going to just take a minute now and take a breath and choose your pile. And then I'm going to go ahead and start with pile 1. I'll move this over. Move that one over. Just put that over here. Oh, sorry. Okay, so quartz crystal, this is for all the, for those who chose the quartz crystal. This is your reading. And what I've got here is I've got 3 Starseed Tarot. I've got a unicorn card. I've got a Keepers of the Light card. And then I've got a Power Animals card. And I will list all of these in the description below. So your first card is Buffalo. Wow, okay, so I haven't seen these cards. You are provided for in all ways. The buffalo is representative of abundance. And this is from the Power Animal Oracle cards by Stephen Farmer. And it's kind of going with the Native American philosophy. The buffalo was abundance for them because a buffalo you could feed your whole family, your whole tribe for quite a while. So that was abundance. So that's the root of this card. So it's rooted in kind of a practical, grounded expression. Abundance. So what I'm going to say too, since this is about possibilities, is that abundance is probably something that's been on your mind. I know it's on a lot of our minds, so this could apply to most of us. But there's some abundance that's going to be coming in for you. And what you need to know is that you are provided for. That's what the card is saying. You are provided for in all ways. Now, abundance isn't just money. Abundance is also has to abundance of time, abundance of love, friendships. And when you see a card that's for abundance, it's including all of that, although our minds go almost immediately to financial abundance. What else can I say about buffalo? It's very grounded, very earthy energy. There's nothing flighty about a buffalo. But since this is about possibilities and areas of your life where you maybe need to raise your standards, it may be that you need to expect more financially, expect more love in your life, and raise your standards on that you deserve to have more than what you have currently. And that's not greedy. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? So let's see what else comes with the buffalo. We have your guide from the Keepers of the Oracle, or Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. This is by Kyle Gray, Keepers of the Light. That's one of my favorite decks. Okay, so Paul the Venetian, we'll talk about him. And then we have a unicorn card, and your unicorn card is patience. Patience. Pause before you take action. Trust that divine timing is at work. Be patient and play whilst you wait. Okay, so we have him. And now we've got our Sirian Tarot. Okay. Okay. Just give me a minute here. I will definitely be showing these cards to you. Okay, so what we've got is, now this is the Sirian Starseed Tarot by Patricia, Cori, and Alysa Bartha. Okay, so these, the suits are a little bit different in these cards. The first card that I have here, well actually the first card that came up was the Hangman. So you can see it's a quite different depiction than the traditional tarot, the Rider-Waite. So the Hangman he's a yogi, and he's within the pendulum, a crystal pendulum. And then we have the Sage of Crystals. Okay, Sage of Crystals. The crystals correspond to the pentacles in the traditional tarot. And then we also have, lastly, the Adept of Chalices. Chalices corresponding to cups. That one's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Okay. Okay, first let's talk about Paul the Venetian. Paul the Venetian is a guide. I chose a guide for each of the tarot, or excuse me, each of the deck, or each of the piles. I'll get it straight here. Paul the Venetian It says experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Okay? Now, I'm getting a picture here of somebody who is artistic. Paul the Venetian generally likes to come through for people who are creative in some sort of artistic manner. There's all sorts of different creativity, and it's all wonderful and all good. Paul the Venetian is definitely one of the guides that's really good to get in touch with if you are a creative person, particularly if you're trying to make money at your creative endeavors. Excuse me. And your gifts is the way that you will be able to make your living, okay? Whatever creative endeavor you are considering or that you are doing now, hang in there, because this card is telling you that you are supported in all ways, and that includes financial support. Sometimes we have to be patient when we're waiting for financial resources or anything else, love. And that can be really, really hard for us to do. But it's saying patience, pause before you take action, trust that divine timing is at work, be patient, and play whilst you wait. So I'm getting the impression this is you may be a kind of a very serious person, or maybe it's just been kind of serious for you lately. That could also be true. The Sage of Crystals indicates to me that you have been working on your craft for a while. You haven't, you're not a brand newbie, you're not a newbie at this or whatever your chosen creative endeavors are. And that can be many things. You can also be somebody who's a creative teacher. You could be a creative, you can be creative in whatever job you run into, whatever job you might have. Creativity is something that we bring with us wherever we go. Excuse me. Okay, so you have been doing this a while. You are in currently in some sort of position that is forcing you to look at things differently. You're looking at things from a different angle, and that may not always be comfortable. That may not always be, certainly it's not always easy, but this is a really good time for you to be able to do that. Getting that different perspective can only help you with your art, if that's what you're doing, or any creative endeavor. Sometimes we need to, especially if we feel blocked. I don't see anything indicating a blockage, but if there is a block, one of the ways to get out of a block is by changing the game, okay? Shaking things up. And one of the ways we do that is by looking at things a different way. He's upside down, so he's getting a different perspective. I'm not saying that you have to go upside down, but that's what the card is indicating, that physically he's looking at things from a different point of view. So that is part of what is required. So if you're not doing that, you probably need to. If you are doing that, hooray, you're doing what you need to do. Okay, I was going to say something else and it kind of went out of my head. This Adept at Chalices is very interesting, because at first it just looks like, okay, he's swimming. But this right here is actually cup. So the wave the ocean in this image. And this swimmer, he's not a surfer. He's not a surfer. There's no surfboard there. So this swimmer, this is a very large wave to be swimming in. Most people don't go swimming in that. Maybe you do. So what I'm seeing this more not as water, but what water represents in the human psyche is our emotions, our deeper side, our hidden side, the side of us that we keep for our family members, our close friends, our husband, spouse, wife, significant other. Generally, that's where you express that side of you. You're making it. This guy isn't drowning. He's not drowning in his emotions or his intuition, but he's got to hustle because there is quite a bit of water and it's headed his way. So you may have a lot of emotional upheaval maybe going on right now in your life. Let's see if I can get some more. Let's see if I can get some more clarity on this for you. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I haven't slept much lately. Hopefully I don't look that bad. Hopefully I don't look as tired as I feel. Okay. Oh, okay. Some cards came out. That's good. I just, three cards came out, so we'll take those. While I was shuffling the cards, I looked over and caught Paul the Venetian's eyes. He's got this artist is wonderful. Lily Moses, I believe, is the artist for these cards. Let me just make sure I said that right. Yes, Lily Moses. Okay, Paul the Venetian. He is he's catching my eye because while I'm shuffling the cards here, he caught my eye. He's very patient. There's kind of a Taurian vibe going on with these cards because you've got the creativity, you've got the buffalo, the bull, there's a similarity there. And then Paul the Venetian, it puts me in mind of, it's Venice, Italy, but Venetian also reminds me, anyway, puts me in mind of Venus. Which is, of course, the ruler of Taurus. So there's some Venus going on, some Venus issues. So that would be issues with personal relationships, and again, it's that creativity and art. So that's another reason why I keep feeling this kind of Taurian vibe. Now, that doesn't mean that you're a Taurus, but maybe there's a Taurus in your life, or a Taurus is prominent in your chart in some way. So there's that. But it's like he's trying to say, what are you trying to say? What is it you'd like to say? There's so much beauty in the world. And you are a person that sees that beauty, and you have the ability to present that to other people, whether that is through painting or photography or writing or speaking. Gaia is a beautiful, beautiful planet. And you're very aware of that. And you're also very connected to the earth. And if you don't do this grounding, if you don't ground regularly, you need to, because it will help you. It's going to help you emotionally. It's going to help you also with your creative projects, whatever those may be. He's got this beautiful green jacket he's wearing, and that puts me in mind of this card. So, there's a couple things maybe going on here. You've got your artistic side, your creative side, and that may be your medium, your form may be through astrology, tarot, whatever, because that could be indicated here as well. Somebody who does something unusual for occupation, whether you make money at it right now or not. It may be something you're working your way up to. But this green energy is around you, and that's very earthy, that's very healing. So you've got healing around you right now. Perhaps you have your angels or your guides have been asking you to take a break. Maybe you have to have some patience. Maybe you're not able to do exactly what you want right now, for whatever reason. I don't see that lasting long. So if there's something that's keeping you from doing what you need, doing what you want to do, I don't expect that to last long. Okay, I don't see that staying vibrationally in your field, if that makes sense. So I'm going to say a couple things here. Green, if you have been very busy lately and you haven't had a lot of time to nurture yourself, you need to do that. It's going to help you creatively. It's going to help you energetically. You'll have more energy. And you also need to, your patience, you need to be patient with yourself. Maybe you're stressing yourself out right now, trying to get something just right, trying to line everything up just perfectly. Sometimes we have to do things messy, and that's not always easy. But creativity can be messy, and it can be fun, that messiness. So, okay, so Paul the Venetian wanted to come through and say that right now. Okay, so we got 3 more cards here. We got the Ten of Flames. We got Alchemy. And we have the Lovers. Okay, some more Venusian energy here. So the Lovers, look at that beautiful rainbow energy. Okay, this could be interpreted several ways. This is a general reading, so just to kind of narrow it down a little bit, this could be that you are looking for a relationship. You are in that kind of mode where you're single and you're looking for that special person to be in your life. You're not looking for just anybody. You're looking for the one. You're looking for your twin flame, your soulmate. If you don't have that already in your life, if you do have that already in your life, then there's a deepening of the relationship that can also be indicated by this. A deepening, maybe a reawakening, maybe looking at each other in a new way. Sometimes we need a little push with that. Our emotions can be overwhelming. They can sweep us away. They can drown us, or we can feel that way. But they also push us to what we want. We don't always think of it that way, but they do. They tell us, you're not happy. You need to change jobs, change your life, move to a different city, whatever. So our emotions let us know that. They let us know, okay, you're not happy. Why aren't you happy? Because of this, whatever. But anyway, so the Lovers, you've got that also going on in your life. Flames, now the Ten of Flames, this card, the flames corresponds to the wands from the traditional tarot. This is somebody who has been in the dark. They're coming into the light. So you may have been out of the swing of things for a while. And maybe that's why you're concerned about, why abundance, why money has come up in your reading. And, okay, I'm just going to say this. I'm getting the impression that somebody maybe you have not been well, or somebody in your life has not been well, so you have been taking care of them, or you've had to take care of yourself. And so there is maybe some concern, some financial concerns. But you're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. You're coming out of the dark. Things are improving. You've been through the worst of it, okay? If that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to you. But you can see he's going towards the light. He has one torch lit. He's got a whole basket full of more, so he's set. You have what you need. You have what you need. You might not have an abundance right this moment, but you have what you need, and the abundance is coming. It's coming in. So do your manifestation exercises. Keep yourself positive. Keep yourself in the love vibration. Keep yourself in the vibration of gratitude, because that always brings more into our lives when we're grateful. Your last card is alchemy. Okay, so there's magic in your life. Maybe you don't feel that right now, but it's there. And this is part of you. This isn't just something that's coming in for you. Okay? This is part of you. Excuse me. The elements are all represented in this card. You have the earth, because that's where everything is. We've got water coming onto this. It looks like it's glass blowing. Fire. And then the shape reminds me of the planet, the shape of it. Whatever is keeping you from doing what you want right now, maybe it's something. Maybe it's not been that you've not been well. Maybe it's, or somebody has not been well. Maybe you've been emotionally just down. Maybe you've forgotten how powerful you are, because you have the ability to get yourself whatever it is that you can imagine. Whatever you can imagine, you can create, you can manifest. But yes, you have to believe that, and you have to trust. That's the really hard part, is the trust part, or at least for most people, myself included. Okay. I hope that this reading resonated. I hope that you give yourself time, that you can do that. Be patient, and exercise this patience. But enjoy yourself while you're waiting for whatever it is you're waiting. Watch. Enjoy some movies, enjoy some wonderful music, whatever it is that you find relaxing and enjoyable, do that, okay? All right, thank you. All right, so we're going to go to reading number 2. I'm going to just set these cards aside. And I'm going to take pictures of all this. It'll be up on the my website, my blog. Okay, so pile number 2, those who chose the fluorite, the rainbow fluorite. All right, and what I've got here is I've got a power animal, let's see, power animal oracle cards by Stephen Farmer. We've got an oracle of the unicorn by Cordelia Francesca Brabbs. We also have a Keepers of the Light guide card. And then I'm using the Tarot of the Sirian Starseed. And this is by Patricia, Cori, and Alysa Bartha. Okay, so we'll just pull all these cards out. Okay, you got a possum. We'll go into each card. But let's just do this for now. We'll pull them all out. We got Lady Portia is your guide card. Lady Portia, which is divine order. And then we have discernment. That's your unicorn card. And then for our tarot, we have the 8 of chalices. We have the Great Wheel. We have the Chariot. These are good cards. Okay. So the first card we've got is your possum. And this possum is strategy. And it says have a backup plan. Okay, so whatever plan you've got right now going on, you're going to need a backup plan. And in fact, your backup plan is likely going to be even better. So Spirit sometimes has a way of putting us in a position where something doesn't work out, and it can be really disappointing, but if you just can be patient and hang on, you'll find a lot of times that it worked out for the best. Sometimes we feel like, oh no, I want it to be this way. This is the way I want it to happen. And we don't want to do that, because when you do that, you are blocking energy. You're blocking energy instead of going in the flow. And that's what we need to do, is go with the flow. It's not always easy, but it's kind of what's required of us. So possum energy, possums don't let anything get them down. They're very strategic animals. They know how to build their shelter and when to stay out of the way of humans and machines and whatever. So that's what it's saying. If you can't go that way, then you need to maybe go that way, and that's okay. Don't get hung up on that. Now, Lady Portia, this card, what she is representing is divine order. Okay. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Okay. So do what you feel is right. Now, I'm emphasizing that because the unicorn card that you received is discernment. All is not what it seems. Stay true to your knowing. Keep your dreams a secret. Okay. This may be that you have somebody in your life who can be as simple as somebody who maybe isn't so positive. Like, we all have people in our lives that are like that sometimes. Maybe family members, where you tell them something and they immediately give you a negative. Okay. So I'm thinking of starting a bakery. Oh, well, you know, a lot of bakeries, they fail. That kind of person. Okay. We all have people like that in our life. So it can be something like that. It can also be somebody who's maybe not everything that they are presenting to you. Okay. Sometimes we have to use discernment, unfortunately, because not everybody is truthful, not everybody is upfront and honest. Sometimes it's not because people are being deliberately deceitful. Sometimes it's because they don't really know themselves. And I always say that somebody who doesn't know their power, who doesn't really know themselves and doesn't know what, therefore if you don't really know yourself, you don't know what your power is. You can't take responsibility for your power if you don't realize that you have power, okay? And those people can be dangerous. They're not deliberately dangerous, they're not maliciously dangerous, but they're dangerous nonetheless, because you can get involved with them emotionally, but they're not ready for that, or they're not sure, because they don't really know themselves. So it can be something like that. It may also be somebody who's just disagreeing with you, out of love. Moms love us. Our moms love us. Sometimes they put their fear onto their children, because they're worried, I don't want you to fail. I don't want you to get involved with that man because, he might hurt your feelings, he might hurt you. So sometimes it can be a situation like that, where it's like, okay, maybe don't tell everything right now. Maybe you need to keep it to yourself until you know what you feel about it. Sometimes we share too quickly with our friends or our mother or family or whatever. And what you need to do is maybe keep it to yourself until you know how you feel. And then you can present it to other people. Hope that makes sense. You've got some really nice tarot cards. The Eight of Chalices. The Eight of Chalices. Now, chalices, they correspond to cups in the traditional tarot. This actually is very similar to the traditional tarot of the Eight of Cups, but it's very similar. So basically, this person has everything, and they're walking away from it, and they're not even looking back. So you may have left a situation recently. You may have, it seems more like it could be some kind of emotional, like a relationship. It seems like more of an emotional tie, because it's the chalices. The chalices hold what? They hold liquid. Liquid is corresponding to our emotions. So that's why I'm thinking that. That's why I'm seeing that. So it could be an emotional, maybe it's a friendship, could be a marriage something that you've left recently. Now, it could be a job. It could be a situation that you're removing yourself from. You're like, okay, I'm done with that. I'm not doing that anymore. And you're quite at peace with this. You are not looking back. This gentleman, he is not looking back. His eyes are forward. He's already in motion. He's in the new journey. He's already in that phase. So that's where you're at. So I don't see you pining for anything. You're moving on. You let it go and you're moving on, which is freaking awesome. Okay. So we're not always able to do that. The Great Wheel, all the new possibilities that are open to you. You have so many different possibilities open to you right now. And you may not even realize that, and that goes along with this card that's for everybody. Possibilities. Possibility. Raise your standards. Elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential. You have unlimited potential. So we have to stop thinking of ourselves as small. We're really not small at all. There's so much to us. We're so big. We're so grand. It's amazing. And this card the possibilities for you energetically. You've got rainbow energy here. You've got the atom. You've got the flower of life is right inside the center there, which you may not be able to, you probably can't see. You have the cosmos. You have a special gift. I'm seeing somebody who's quite in tune with everything. If you are not a meditator, you need to. And the reason why you need to is because doors are going to open for you. And if you are doing it, then you've already seen that. You already know that. You see that doors are opening for you. And then we have the Chariot. The Chariot. So you are in contemplation mode here. There's so many different possibilities. What are you going to choose? Whatever you choose, you're going to take it and you're going to run with it. Okay? You are getting ready right now. Don't let anyone stop you. Don't let anybody be a naysayer. Oh, you can't do that. Don't let anybody say that to you. Or if they do, just say, well, thank you for sharing. I'll decide that. Discernment. Okay? There's somebody that could put a negative damper on things for you. Okay? But it doesn't have to be that way. As long as you use your discernment, okay, and understand that it's your feeling, your intuition, your gut, whatever you call that. That is what is important, because this is your life, okay? And you seem like you're okay with that because you've got the reins here. You're going to be taking the reins. You're going to be taking charge, and you're going to be moving forward. You're not quite ready to move forward yet, but you will. Keeping your highest possibilities in mind. Let's, oh, they're over here. Let's pick a few more cards just for some clarity here. Okay. Let's get 3 more. Let's get 2 more, excuse me. Let's get a total of 3, please. 2 more cards. Just clarity for, oh, let's put that one. 1 more, oh, no, that's way too many. 1 more card. Gotta take that one, okay. The first card, he flew out of the deck face up, is the Master of Chalices. So the Master corresponds to the Knight suit. The Master of Chalices is he is you're already in a position of authority of some sort, okay? Because you're a master. You've already done some training, you know, whether that be through life experience or if you've gone to college and then done an internship or whatever. But you are a master. You're not a novice. You're not a beginner. Okay. Could have been a job you left. They weren't treating you right, and you said, I'm done. Whatever the situation was that you left, you were done. Okay, then we have two more here. Ooh, that's a very pretty card. Okay, we've got the Three of Flames. The flames correspond to the wands. And then we have the Five of Orbs. This is a interesting card. We'll talk about that. Okay, so the Three of Flames. Wow, look at the sky. That is a violet color. I mean, that sky is just a gorgeous violet color. And then we've got down here, we've got the yellows and the oranges. Violet is, I think of the violet flame, and we're flames. The flame itself is not violet, but the sky behind it is violet. So it's putting me in mind of the violet flame. The violet flame may be something that you need to employ, because what it does when we ask for the violet flame, what it does is it burns out everything, it burns away everything that we do not need, everything that does not serve us, everything that we think that we still need to do or be, but we don't. It's time to let it go. The violet flame can help you with that. You can do a visualization. There's meditations that you can find on YouTube, I'm sure. There's tons of those. Somebody I'd recommend is Steve Noble. I think his channel is just Steve Noble. But he's a British man, and he's got a wonderful voice. First of all, that always is very helpful. When you're doing a guided meditation, you want somebody who has a very nice voice to listen to. Work with the violet flame, because there's things that you need to be rid of energetically that can hold you back, and you don't need that. You don't need anything to hold you back right now. You don't. You've had that in your past, I think. And it's time for you to be able to move forward and be free. And that's what you're doing. You're moving forward to be free. I'm dropping everything. Moving forward to be free. Okay. And this connects also with Lady Portia. These colors are similar. The background here and this. She uses the violet flame as well, Lady Portia. I believe she is the twin flame. Is she the twin flame? Let me get the book and we will read. Lady Portia. Oops. There she is. Okay, Lady Portia, divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. This powerful goddess is a figure of justice and peace. She brings order and opportunity to every experience. As a lord of karma, she also regulates the cause and effect, the law of cause and effect. She helps us recognize the impact of our judgments, choices, and actions on ourselves and the world. She is the twin flame of Saint Germain. Okay, that's what I was thinking, Saint Germain. It's that violet, and Saint Germain, the violet flame. Okay, so that is something that you definitely need in your life. And I'll show you this card. You need to get rid of this. This has a lot to do with fear and holding on to things that are no longer needed, that are no longer necessary in your life. They do not serve you any longer. And if it doesn't serve you, get rid of it. Let's see what else she says here. So is strongly connected to the violet flame energy. Together, these twin flames can work as overseers of legal situations, if you have that going on in your life. Justice is an energy that's about honoring everyone involved rather than punishing bad behavior. Lady Portia helps us do what is right morally and spiritually for our soul's growth. Okay, she's watching out for you. There's violet flame. Use that energy because maybe there's something that you have left and you're strong. You've left the situation, but some of that could be just hanging around in your aura, you know, in your heart. You might have still ties. The violet flame comes, it burns all of that away. Anything that is not necessary, anything that is not serving you, anything that is not your highest and best possibilities. You need to get rid of those. Anything that's not compatible with that. Right now, a call for justice is being brought into your space. Even if this means you will lose out, there really is no loss in the highest state of truth. Act from the heart. See the other person's point of view and surrender your pride so that you are coming from a loving space. If you've made choices that weren't for the highest good, admit it. Through this honesty, you are releasing any karmic bonds or anchors of fear from your energy. Okay, that's what you, if you need to apologize, do it. Get rid of it. Just get it out of your life because it will become a drain on you. And you don't need that. Through this honesty, you are releasing any karmic bonds or anchors of fear from your energy. Take the time to learn from this situation. And if you are involved in any legal issues, know that Lady Portia and the angels of justice are gathering around to honor everyone involved, including you. So I hope that you are not having a legal issue in your life, but if you are, you have some strong guides around you and you have some strong energy around you and you yourself have a great deal of core strength. I'm kind of understanding the word strategy here for possum. So if there is something legal going on, a strategy needs to be employed. So I hope that that's not your situation, but if it is, it's all going to turn out all right anyway. So I guess there's no reason for me to hope that anything, because you're going to be fine. This guy is leaving your life. This guy, he's faceless. Okay, this is why this card always disturbs me, because he has no face. You can't see his expression. You can't see what he's thinking or feeling or anything. You can't see it. So this may not be a person at all. This could be an entity in the sense of like a corporation, or it could, it can be the police, any kind of faceless, kind of authoritarian figure. And this is receding from your life. So let's give you another unicorn card. See, what can you tell us, unicorns, for leadership? Step into your leadership, share your message, inspire and empower others. So whatever your story is here, whatever has gone on that's been not a picnic for you, this is part of your journey that's making you a leader. The reason why we choose these things in our life, and I believe that we do, sometimes we have difficult things happen in our lives. We have losses in relationships and jobs, circumstances. And it's how we deal with them. I mean, there's lots of wonderful quotes on that. It's how we deal with them that is the very reason why we drew that experience in the first place. We've all had kind of negative relationships, if that's what's happened. You are in the process of learning. You're in the process of moving on. You're in the process of moving forward. You are going to be utilizing everything that has come out of this experience for you is treasure. Okay, it's gold. And once you're able to sort through that all, you will see that. Maybe you already do. That's great if you do. But when you sort through it, you can become a leader on this particular area. Or it could be in a different area, but it's this experience has given you the confidence, or will give you the confidence to put yourself forward in a leadership position. And that can be in any sort of thing. You know, it can be a leadership position for a job, but it also could be that you decide to go back to school and become certified in a particular area of interest to yourself. And then once you finish that education, then you take your leadership position. But you have that in you. You have that ability. You have that strength. And you have the experience that's needed. So visualize something amazing, because remember, you have unlimited potential. Unlimited. You have unlimited potential. Okay? Thank you. I hope you liked that. I hope you enjoyed that reading. Hope it resonated. Okay, so I'm going to set these cards aside. I will take pictures of these. They will be up on my blog. Set those over there. Put that over there. Okay, so this is for our last crystal choice, the Septarian, otherwise known as Dragonstone. Set that over there. These are your cards. Ooh, we've got Hawk as your power animal. That's the Power Animal Oracle cards by Stephen Farmer. Ooh, then we have Sanat Kumara. I don't know if you can see him. He's very, very light. Light activation is his card. Light activation. Okay, we'll talk more about him. Ooh, freedom. That's your unicorn card. Freedom. And then we have three cards from the Sirian Starseed Tarot. That is Sirian Starseed Tarot by Patricia, Cori, and Alysa, Bartha. Okay, and you received Starseed. You received Indigo. And you received Ascension. Okay, well, if you did not think that you were a light worker and you were just kind of curious about it, I'm sorry, you are definitely a light worker with these cards. There's no escaping your destiny here. Starseed, so you are of the Starseed origin. So you are likely from another planet, another galaxy, and you, like many other starseeds, myself included, we chose to come here to help Gaia ascend and help her people ascend. So we took human form. We grew up here so that we have the right to change things. It's kind of part of our ethics. Okay? Anyway, so you are Starseed. And you are likely an Indigo, because the Indigo card came up. And you are on the Ascension path. Beautiful card that is. Beautiful. Look at the colors in that card. Okay. Let me take a minute here. Just look at the rest of these cards. You've got some real joyful experiences coming into your life. Really amazing, joyful experiences. Okay, so your first card, the power animal card we've got is Hawk. And Hawk is about focus, choose your priorities, and eliminate distractions. Okay, we can be more clear than that, can't it? I mean, so I'm just going to say this. A lot of us starseeds, we have this kind of in common. We have a lot of interests. We have a lot of talents. We have a lot of interests. We have a lot of skills. Some of them, they're awakening in us. We're discovering them along the way. It's kind of hectic sometimes. So Hawk has come into your cards to say, okay, you need to focus. Hawks they have amazing eyesight. They can see some things from great distances because they fly quite high, and they're able to spot that little mouse or whatever they need to get for their lunch. And they have to focus. If they don't focus, they don't eat. So things are not that dramatic usually for us. Sometimes they are, but so Hawk has come in to say, okay, you need to focus. You have a lot of potential, and you can see your potential because you've got intuitive gifts that are coming through. Even if you're not in touch with them now, they're coming, and you will be in touch with them. So you can be like a kid in a candy store in the beginning, or at any point. I shouldn't even say just the beginning. At any point, you can be like a kid in the candy store, and you're like, oh my God, look at this, look at that, look at this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. And so what this card is saying, you need to focus. So what is it that you really want? What is your highest potential? What is your highest possibility? Because that's the card our theme for the reading is possibility. Raise your standards, elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential. Unlimited potential, my friend. Starseeds, unlimited potential. Okay. And then you've got your guide, the guide that came through. This isn't just your only guide. You may have other guides. In fact, I'm sure you do. Sanat Kumara. This card is light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Now, Sanat Kumara, what I know about him is, I'm not an expert, but what I know about him, he is otherworldly. His eyes are unusual. His eyes have the cosmos in them. Okay. I don't know what I don't know what galactic planet he's from. My understanding is there is some that think he's Venusian. His twin flame is Lady Venus. But he is the light keeper. He is the guide overseeing this ascension process. He's one of the guides, I should say. And he has all the wisdom, all the knowledge. You can ask for his help. He will arrive very quickly. When I first started working with, and I've not for a long time, this has been very recent. When I first started working with him, he immediately came to my room, and I was like, whoa, that was so fast. There was no intro. He's just, boom, he was just there. So he may work like that in your life. You may already be in touch with him. You may already have experienced him. Maybe you didn't know what his name was. So this is, you have you definitely have a very specific high mission, and you probably feel that, you probably sense that. Maybe it's something you try to escape from. We do sometimes. We try to, maybe I don't have to do this. Maybe I'm just, I don't need to do this, do I? But yes, you do. You signed up for it. He's here to tell you that, okay? And it's okay. It's good. It's going to be good, because this is all about your highest potential in life, your highest possibilities. That's what we want. That's what we all want. We want the best, the highest potential. We should all want that in our lives, and I'm sure you do. And then your unicorn card. Freedom. Look at that, wonderful. She's there riding that beautiful unicorn up in the clouds. Well, it's actually a Pegasus. And he's got beautiful wings. Freedom. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. Okay, this is one of the affirmations I use, and this may resonate for you. I am a sovereign being of light. I am a sovereign being of light. And you are free. You already are, even if you aren't physically yet. Okay, let's pull a few more cards here. Put them over here. Let's pull a few more cards and see if we can get a little bit more detail here. Let's see. 3 cards, please. Oh, 3 cards came out. Okay. Just a little clarity here. Okay, wow. Reflection. 9 of crystals. Put it over there. 6 of chalices. Okay. The first card, this, I'm not sure offhand, but I believe this corresponds to the Hermit. It certainly has that kind of energy, doesn't it? He's got his staff. At the end of his staff is a lamp, a light. This is a long distance in your future. I don't see this as being something that is happening for you right now. It could be, but I'm seeing it as more in the distant future. And you are settled into your wisdom. You're solid in it. You have a lot of wisdom now, but you're not always so certain of it. You're still beginning, in some ways. Maybe you're just beginning this journey, this ascension journey. Doesn't mean you're at the beginning of ascension. You're just at the beginning of realizing of the ascension. So that's a possibility. But I'm kind of getting that idea that this is, you have experience and knowledge right now. I am not, we are not saying that's, we're not saying that. But this, this is down the road when you are really settled into it, if that makes sense. Very sure of it, to where you're guiding others. And there's something of that because of your love of freedom and, wanting to explore, and you're also likely a truth seeker. There's kind of a Sagittarius energy here. You know, Jupiter, kind of expansive philosophy, intuition, belief, your belief system. You're very, you have a very solid foundation. Some of that may be rocked here or there in the last few years. We've all been kind of rocked a little bit on our belief systems, but you have a strong core and a strong sense of self and a strong mission. Okay? You have a strong mission. You have a big mission. You have an important mission. Let's see here. The 9 of Crystals. Look at this beautiful garden she's in. The crystals are corresponding to the pentacles and, you know, traditional tarot. So she's got them all in kind of a little treasure chest here, and she's like looking at them like, which one should I pick today? I love this little eagle sitting in the corner there. Is it an eagle? Yeah, it is. It's not. I thought maybe at first I thought it was a owl, but it's not. It's like an eagle. White bird. White birds can be like a symbol for you. If you see a white bird. Excuse me. Take one of these. Sorry. I know my voice starts to go after a while, so just grab one of these. Looking at this last card, 6 of Chalices. So that corresponds to the cups. Excuse me. I see a sense of balance here. I also see there's two children in this card, 2 little girls. You may have children, or this could be the child within. And it's time for play. It's time to come out and play. It's time to come out and play, Indigo. You may not have taken your place yet. You know, maybe you've held back a little bit thinking, I'm not sure if I want to get involved in this, or I'm not sure. But you will, it's going to open up doors for you, because you can open up doors for other people. And once you see that and realize that, that's gonna change your life. Because even though there's a part of you that suspects right now that you have these talents and abilities, there's another part of you that feels like maybe you're not ready, or I'm not sure about all this. You know, it's coming down to that focus again. You know, there's a kind of non-committalness here that's going on. But that's going to change. And I see you embracing it. Like they're embracing. These 2 little girls, they're embracing each other. You are, or currently, or you will be embracing your mission, your highest potential. Because there's a part of you that's really excited for it. That's very, very excited for it. It's a little scary, but it's a lot exciting. Very good. Okay. I hope that resonated. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it resonated for you. I will have everything in the description box, the links for my blog. I'm going to take pictures of all these so you'll be able to see it if you're interested. Anyway, namaste. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll be back here soon. Thank you.